सबसे पहले मेरे को जन्म देने वाले मेरे पापा एक बड़े सिंपल से ऑर्डिनरी से आदमी थे, पर उनमें छुपा था ढेर सारा प्यार। प्यार मेरी माँ के लिए, प्यार उनके काम के लिए, प्यार हम चारों बहनों के लिए, हम सब बहनों के लिए वो इक्वल, एटलीस्ट ही वुड लव ऑल फोर ऑफ अस, बट मैं उनकी फेवरेट थी। आई डोंट नो क्यों, शायद कुछ लोग बोलते हैं कि जब मैं पैदा हुई उनके बाद उनको प्रमोशन मिला, शायद इसलिए क्योंकि मैं सबसे छोटी हूँ तो इसलिए मैं शायद ज़्यादा पैम्पर्ड थी और ज़्यादा प्यार। आई रियली डोंट नो एंड आई डोंट वांट टू गेट इट। आई एम जस्ट हैप्पी दैट आई वाज हिज फेवरेट, बिकॉज वो वाली फीलिंग, फेवरेट वाली फीलिंग बड़ी ही डिफरेंट होती है। वो वाली फीलिंग मुझे तब रियलाइज हुई जब वो मेरे पास नहीं रहे। काश हो जाती तो मैं उनको बयां कर पाती। खैर, मुझे यकीन है कि वो मुझे ऊपर से देखकर खुश हो रहे हैं, और आखिर खुश क्यों ना हो। उनकी लाइफ की सबसे बड़ी सीख थी कि एजुकेशन इज मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट फॉर एवरी वुमन। It was something that he drove it within each one of us. Being financially independent was important. He drove it within each one of us. तुम्हारा पति काश वो तुमको सब कुछ दे पाए जो तुम चाहती हो, बट अगर कुछ गड़बड़ हो गया तो तुम खुद इतनी केपेबल बनो कि अपने पैरों पे खड़ी हो सको। ये सीख अगर इस दुनिया के सारे पापा अपने बेटी को दे पाए तो बात ही कुछ और होती है। कभी भी कोई बेटी किसी की मोहताज ना होती, कभी भी किसी भी बेटी किसी की मोहताज ना होती। And so this is something like the poetry was only this much, but 2-3 things that I wanted to share, because this is just not about poetry, it is also about what I deeply feel. Sorry, I thought मैं theater actress हूँ तो ऐसे ही voice loud है, but yeah. First is, I remember the day he passed away. He gave me a phone call in the afternoon. And I couldn't pick the phone. I picked the phone call. I spoke to him for 2 minutes, and then I said that I'll call you back later because I was busy. And in the night again, I was very busy with work and I couldn't call him. And I got a phone call in the night that he's passed away. And वो वाली feeling जो उन्होंने दी कि मैं उनकी favorite हूँ, वो अभी तक मेरे को किसी और ने नहीं दी और मैं उनको बयान नहीं कर पाई. So my request to each one of you who is present here, that if you have somebody like that in your life, show it to them when they are alive. One. And second is, no matter how busy you are in your life, do call back when somebody special calls back. You never know if that was the last phone call of their life. Please call back. Now let me reach to the other poem, which is written for my father-in-law. मेरे पापा समान मेरे ससुर जी, जिनको मैं पापा जी बुलाती थी, काफ़ी कॉम्प्लेक्स सा रिश्ता था हमारा. हम दोनों बड़े गुस्से वाले थे, तो कभी कभार नोक-झोंक भी हो जाती थी. पर मैंने उनसे बहुत कुछ सीखा है और उनको अभी मैं बहुत मिस करती हूँ. उनमें कुछ बातें थी where we didn't see eye to eye, but there was so much that I learned from him that I can't even express in words. His eye to detail, his organizational skills, I haven't been able to learn even now. How I wish he was alive to teach me that and beyond. पापा जी ने बोला था, तुम गाड़ी दूसरी गाड़ी खरीदने से पहले तुम अपनी गाड़ी चलाना सीख लो. A lot of people in my family think that though I've been driving a car for the last 10 years, I don't know how to drive a car. And he also obviously felt the same. जब उन्होंने ये बोला था, ये बात थोड़ी सी चुभी थी मुझे. पर मैं अभी गाड़ी चलाना, उसको पार्क करना और उसको इस हिसाब से चलाओ कि आजू बाजू खरोच ना हो. क्योंकि अगर आप मेरी करंट गाड़ी देखेंगे तो आपको देखेगा ऊपर नीचे साइड से सब जगह से खरोच है. सो इट वाज समथिंग व्हिच ही टोल्ड मी एंड आई डिडंट लिसन टू हिम देन. मे बी इट आल्सो पिंच्ड मी अ लिटिल, बट वो सीख मुझे अभी भी याद है. गाड़ी चलाना सीख लो तुम. पापा जी, हाँ मैं सीख रही हूँ अब. पापा जी ने ये भी बोला था, जब नियोम ब्रश नहीं करता था, कैसे माँ बाप हो तुम, तुम्हारा फर्ज है कि उसके साथ खड़े रहो और ब्रश कराओ. तब वो बात मुझे बड़ी चुभी थी. हम इतना सारा तो कर रहे हैं, आपको वो नहीं दिखता, बस आपको ये दिखता है कि वो ब्रश नहीं कर रहे हैं. पर क्यों ज़रूरी है वो आज समझाए. पापा जी ने बोला था वो आज समझाए. There was so much to learn from him. The beauty of organizational skills, the discipline of food, his generosity with family, his care, his concern for his family, his love for his wife, which I didn't see then. I only saw a strong, opinionated husband and a sometimes frightened wife. I didn't like that, and I used to blame him for that. Internally mostly, and externally sometimes. But I see it now, his love for her. I see it in her every day. मैं अपनी मम्मी जी के आंखों में देखती हूँ कि पापा जी उनको कितना प्यार करते थे, कि उनके बिना she feels really lost. How I wish कि पापा जी ये भी सिखा जाते मुझे, मम्मी को सिखाना how to live without him, how to be happy without him, how to enjoy without the care, without him around. I try my best every day, but alas, I am not him. आपके जाने के बाद जिंदगी काफी उथल-पुथल सी हो गई है पापा जी. काश आप होते तो थोड़ा संभाल लेते, थोड़ा सिखा देते कि हम आपके बिना कैसे जिए. थैंक यू. और आखिरी में मेरे बच्चे के पापा यानी कि मेरे हस्बैंड निखिल. I met you at a time when I didn't feel that love existed within me. I met you at a time when I didn't believe I was meant to marry again. I met you at a time when I was just busy being me, exploring the various interesting sides which Bangalore had to offer. I met you at a time when I only knew that you had a black car. I didn't even knew that it was an Audi. I met you at a time when I was unconsciously craving for a partner but didn't make efforts for it as I was just busy being me. I met you at a time when I was wearing a crumpled grey tee and jeans and had come running to watch a theatre show at Chowdia which you had organized as a meetup host. I met you at a time when I didn't know that I was so beautiful inside and out. You met me at a time when you were at a high. You met me at a time when you had started a theatre meetup because you had envisioned Lahe. You met me at a time when you were exploring new stuff and new people. You met me at a time when you had hosted a theatre meetup in Chowdia for a kids' play, and you were not even aware of it, that it's a kids' theatre show. You met me at a time when you didn't even know or have the courage to ask for the phone number of a girl you've just met, or at least that you claim so. Jab we met. Jab we met, we connected instantly. Jab we met, we started having moments which we had no explanation of. Like, we both are in different parts of the city. Both of us are clicking flowers of a yellow tree and are sharing the same photographs on the same day. When we met, day by day, I felt that I was the most beautiful person in the world because you made me feel so. When we met, I didn't have any wish of getting married, as my earlier broken marriage had just shattered the idea of a marriage. When we met, I was just looking at a loving partnership, but you were steadfast on being married. When we met, I was busy being me, but still your love made me come out of my idea of love and marriage. When we met, I started looking forward to meet you almost every day. Whenever we met then, there was a spring in my step and a lightheartedness in my heart and a beautiful feeling that I can't even express. Whenever we met, I took efforts in dressing well, as I knew that my X efforts will be taken off as 20x by you. When we met, my rational brain went out of the window and I did stuff that I never thought I could. Within 5 months of Jab We Met, I had quit my job, quit my apartment, and started living in with not only you, but also your family, Mummy ji and Papa ji. Like we lived in just 3-4 months before we got married, and we didn't just live in as a couple, me and Nikhil, but with Mummy ji and Papa ji also living in the same house. So yeah, that was a first, I think, for a lot of people around. When we met, my parents had passed away, and unconsciously, I got a new set of parents in my life. When we met, this idea of Lahe Lahe was a seed of thought in your mind. Jab we met, my exposure to art was limited to watching movies and theatre shows, writing a bit of my blog from time to time, and that's about it. Jab we met, Lahe Lahe happened. You made it happen. You created edifice builders on your own with a lot of mentoring support by Papaji. You made me fall in love with you in spite of me. You made me marry you in spite of me. You created this beautiful building on which Lahe Lahe stands. You manifested Lahe Lahe that Olivia came down from France to help you set up this space. You manifested Lahe Lahe that Nitya came in our lives, who knew the who's and who's of the Bangalore artist community. You manifested Lahe Lahe that you met me, made me quit my job, and made me marry you. You are a man of many ideas. I see you bubbling with ideas when you're on a high, without drugs and alcohol. But when I saw you bubbling high, it was so difficult to keep pace. You are a man whose thoughts of opening Lahe Lahe in all parts of the world made me almost have a mini heart attack every time I heard. You're a man who, without any effort, has transferred this energy of bubbling ideas within me now. I was a woman who comes from a conventional job oriented family. So for me, I was approaching Lahe Lahe as my job. You indirectly made me change that in the last month or two. Now, I'm also a woman who's bubbling with ideas that are dropping in truckloads every moment. थोड़ा मेरे आजू बाजू वाले लोगों को भी थोड़ा हार्ट अटैक आना शुरू हो गया है, मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है. I never thought that in my life this was possible. You made that happen. You are a man from whom I'm learning every single day. Sometimes compassion, sometimes generosity, sometimes dhanda, and sometimes ghumna firna. You made this happen. Thank you for existing and for changing our lives, the lives of everyone who's been impacted by Lahe Lahe. You made this happen. You made this happen. Thank you.
Wow.